Yeah, that's the Neo mod. Yeah. All we do is win, take wads. Lots of cash, cause we take these W's. No L's. All we do is not fail. That means the opposite of falling. Yo, I'm ballin'. What's up, guys? Omni here. You guys know how it goes. Another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey, yeah, guys, no extended intro today. Just want to say thanks again for leaving those likes and those comments and dropping those subs and making sure that you're subbed. Again, you guys doing that has been boosting on my videos. I really appreciate it. You guys have basically been sponsoring my videos, especially on my Patreon. About 30 of you joined in like 2 days, and I really appreciate that. So thanks for the support. Otherwise, guys, just sit back and relax because today's news is all over the place. It's very wonky, very weird, but also definitely a lot of things you probably need to know. So without further ado, let's get started. Speaking of need to know, in case you guys missed my last video, I introduced a new segment called Things You Need to Know, basically things that you probably really need to know, and I have another 4 things you need to know for today. Number 1 being, and I'm surprised no one mentioned this, but stimulus checks. Stimulus checks got passed by the government. A 1.9 million stimmy package COVID relief has been released, where it appears to be that there are going to be $1,400 being direct deposited to Americans if you have an income level below a certain threshold. In case you guys didn't know, the US government has been going left and right about a COVID relief bill to help out people who are currently down bad from the whole coronavirus pandemic. And yeah, they finally have passed it with a 50 to 49, I think, vote. I think it was just 1 vote that allowed them to get passed. And yeah, people are going to get $1,400. There's going to be unemployment benefits. I think retrospective up until September 9th was like $300 extra a week. And the COVID relief bill has other details that are basically just, you know, to relieve people from COVID and basically push things towards vaccination. So yeah, that's one thing you definitely need to know, especially if you qualify for the $1,400. Number 2 in Weeb news, The Devil is a Part-Timer has been announced to have a season 2. Now this is an actual pretty big deal. The anime came out in 2013 and since then it didn't receive another season. However, it was a highly acclaimed anime, one that I personally loved and watched. It's about some devil dude who basically works at McDonald's, and it's a great anime, it's a great show, and it's finally getting a season 2 after about 8 years. A lot of people were really excited about the announcement, not only because, you know, it's a really good anime, but people are now wondering like if other anime shows will also get, you know, new seasons as well. There's a lot of shows out there that only stopped at season 1 that a lot of people want to see season 2, and this is one of them. Number 3, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has been announced to be a playable character for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is a pretty big deal because not only is he pretty much borderline OP, but apparently they nerfed Ultra Instinct Goku, who was also part of the Challenger pack as well. So yeah, a lot of people are hyped for some GT representation and some Gogeta, and yeah, a lot of people are also hyped because Ultra Instinct Goku got nerfed as well. So that's there too as well. And ladies and gentlemen, Vision from WandaVision and the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been turned from Vision to Vision. Black Twitter is at it again. They took a picture of him where he was basically in this nice, you know, little sweater or whatever, and they turned your boy into Vision. It is trending with like almost 300,000 plus people on Twitter. It's a pretty big deal. If you guys want to laugh, you can go on Twitter and check that out. But yeah, that's the 4 things you need to know. Again, if you guys do like this segment, let me know below. It's supposed to be a quick fire, rapid fire thing of things that I don't want to talk about for like 5 to 10 minutes, but I think it would be nice for you guys to know. So anyway, let's get into the news. So Remix 2 Sucks said people complain about, and quote, exaggerated jizzle physics, end quote, mod for Pyra and Mithra. Oh god, Smash community. In case you guys didn't know, Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was released as a playable character for Smash Ultimate about a week ago. Oh no, I'm not. No. Anyway, quick recap, it turned into a pretty big deal because when Pyra Mithra came out, you know, their physics, they had, you know, very, you know, nice bust sizes, and when people were reacting to them, they were basically, you know, focusing on their bodies and ogling them, and that didn't mix well with the Smash community considering all the things that happened last year in terms of women being objectified and all the cases in the Smash community where people were coming out about assault. There was this big fight on Twitter basically about people being like, hey, is it okay to objectify, you know, video game characters? And there's one side that was basically like, you guys are garbage, you stop objectifying women even if it's in video games, and some people were like, yeah man, it's just a video game character, yada yada yada. It's just, it blew up. So yeah, apparently this dude named a Mudkip said, I gave Pyra Mithra exaggerated jiggle Physics, and I'll play the video for you guys in a short bit, but just to let you guys know, this came out like what, March 5th, like 2 days ago, and it has like 16,000 likes, 2,000 quote tweets, 2,500 retweets. It's there's a lot of people and talking about this basically. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch this quick 25-second showcase of the exaggerated jiggle physics. So yeah, that's the jiggle physics animation, basically exaggerating how much their boobs move after certain, I guess, attacks and movement and things of that nature. Apparently, the jiggle physics already exist within the game. It was just, I guess a number was tweaked to make it even more bouncy. So yeah, guys, I'll just quickly look at some of the replies, some of the top ones for you guys that are just at the top. I guess that means they're the ones that got the most likes or the ones that are most relevant. I don't know. This dude said, literally just go watch hentai, you effing weirdo. Stuff like this is why Smash continues to have an awful reputation. It's so easy to just not objectify video game characters. Alice said, can you give Cloud some jiggle physics on his booty? Like, I'd like to see some jiggle physics with Snake, because I remember Snake got his booty nerfed. That would be funny. Person said, when people release this kind of stuff, it's a clear sign that they've never once communicated with the opposite sex. So yeah, guys, the entire Smash community is kind of fighting about it. If you guys see here, this is Hugs, my boy Hugo. This is YouTube channel. He made a video actually about it yesterday. He said, someone created jiggle physics mod for Smash and it's stupid. And he basically talks about why it was stupid for this mod to have been created. And has a, a unique like to dislike bar, 600 likes, 700 likes and 200 dislikes. So as you guys can see, there's still a kind of divide about this kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, guys, to kind of wrap this up, I went to the guy's Twitter. Apparently he made an apology, but as I was scrolling down, I was seeing a post from Shannondorf, who's actually one of the prominent members of the Smash community, woman, said that surprisingly, as a woman who spent years in the Smash community, it wasn't a booby mod on a character with boobies that made me hate the Smash community. It was actually the targeted harassment, bullying, and objectification that I got. So strange, I know. Basically saying like, hey, there's a difference between making some dead or alive type effects on a video game character versus actually harassing women in real life. So anyway, yeah, apparently that somebody said that the modder basically made this reply and said, the only thing I regret is making people uncomfortable, which again isn't a thing I really have control over, but I really didn't mean to make people, including myself, get harassed over their opinions on my mod or feel uncomfortable when seeing it on their timelines. The harassment part was especially bad for just about everyone sharing an opinion on the mod. I tried to make an example of respecting people's opinions and explaining myself, but that didn't stop people harassing each other at all. Surprise, surprise, welcome to Twitter. So yeah, guys, that's the whole Pyra Myth or Smash community jiggle physics drama in a nutshell. In my opinion, and I've said this before, I think making any of these kind of jokes within the Smash community is already going to be something that's going to be red flagged immediately just because of all the things that have happened in the past. If none of those things that happened in the past and women weren't being objectified and women didn't have to come out for like a Me Too movement about all the things that happened in the Smash community, then yeah, this probably would have been fine. But because of the past events that happened, when you make jokes that relate back to the past situation, then it's going to, trigger a lot of people. In my opinion, it always boils back to that. You have games like Dead or Alive. No one's arguing about trying to cancel Dead or Alive, where their butts and their booby physics make no sense. And there's games and anime and shows and TV that objectify women still that are, acceptable or ignored in terms of criticism. I think because of the things that happened in the past, it got blown way out of proportion. It wasn't really as bad as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, that's the Smash community drama, and that's how I feel about it. Moving on, guys, Felix Sakai said Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzalez getting canceled. Oh my god, I feel like, guys, like, is this because of Lola Bunny? I feel like we're kind of, or no, this is probably because of Dr. Seuss. I feel like we're getting down to the rabbit hole of Twitter cancellations where people in the present are no longer, getting canceled as much because they're inside. It's hard to get canceled when there's a pandemic, and no, it's not hard to get canceled. People are still getting canceled. But I guess when someone's not getting presently canceled and there's no one to cancel on Twitter, I guess we got to go back in the past and cancel people or things that used to exist. Now, in case you guys didn't know, this is definitely stemming from the whole Dr. Seuss thing that happened. Dr. Seuss got Twitter canceled because he had basically made some comics that were basically racially charged, very racially charged towards black people and Chinese and Asian American people as well. Yeah, Dr. Seuss is dead. But you know, whole Dr. Seuss Corporation just took down some of those problematic books and kind of left it at that. But you know, some people were saying that Dr. Seuss himself was getting canceled when that wasn't the case. They were just removing some of the problematic books. However, I heard there was like a story or something about some governor who sat down and read Green Eggs and Ham. Like, people got issues, dog. I'm not even going to get into that, but let's look at Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzalez. So for those of you guys who don't know who Pepe Le Pew is, he is a Looney Tunes character. He was a skunk, and he was like this guy who was like mademoiselle. And he was in love with this cat that apparently always got white paint painted on her somehow, some way. And yeah, he confused her with a skunk. And then after that, he would basically just chase after her, grab her, kiss her while she was just struggling to run away. So yeah, apparently this guy named Charles M. Blow or whatever said RW blogs are mad because I said Pepe Le Pew added to our culture. Let's see. He grabs, kisses a girl, stranger repeatedly without consent and against her will. She struggles mightily to get away from him, but he won't release her, and he locks a door to prevent her from escaping. So yeah, if you continue to look down the pipe hole of Pepe Le Pew, there's people who are basically like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you going back into time about a different time period and basically trying to cancel Pepe Le Pew? Or why are you trying to add his narrative into our culture? Like, what is the point? And someone here tweeted, yeah, Pepe is an animated skunk. Hint, he never R's the cat. It's an exaggeration of love at first sight. Part of the humor is how the cat is going to get the white stripe to make her a female skunk. Pepe Le Pew only falls for his own species. And get a life, turn off the TV. This guy said, who had the Pepe Le Pew getting canceled for being an artist on the 2021 bingo card? And yeah, apparently this all came down from like New York Times publishing a column claiming that Pepe Le Pew normalized our culture. How do I reply to this? Guys, I'm not even going to go into the detail of whether or not Pepe Le Pew is problematic or not, because honestly, I don't care. My point is, why? Why is this being brought up? Like, who was just sitting there twiddling their fingers and thinking, you know, remember Pepe Le Pew? That dude was a problem. Like, that dude was a problem. And I think I need to make an article about how Pepe Le Pew was a problem and how he is the reason why this culture basically exists, or why it continues to exist. Like, imagine trying to like solve the whole culture of what's happening, trying to be an advocate of it and trying to fix it, and your approach is to come at Pepe Le Pew. What's the end game, dog? There is no end game. I feel like this happened because of Dr. Seuss, and someone was just trying to connect the dots and make an article basically about Looney Tunes characters. And yeah, they're also trying to cancel Speedy Gonzalez, I'm guessing because of him being Hispanic and basically, you know, being a trope where he's, you know, super Hispanic or super Mexican, whatever you want to call it, and they basically play into the tropes of his character. However, if you kind of just type in again Speedy Gonzalez on Twitter, a lot of people basically said this has happened before. This person, Elijah, tweeted, Jesus Christ, not the Speedy Gonzalez discourse again. He's not offensive, and yes, I'm Hispanic. Mexicans effing love him, man. They tried to ban Speedy cartoons on the 90s or early 2000s because Gringos were speaking over actual Latinos who loved Speedy. Gringos, in case you guys didn't know, are white people. This guy said, as Latino, I can state that we are not offended by Speedy Gonzalez. He is a cultural icon and must be protected at all costs. The machismo, the drip, protect him. Protect Speedy Gonzalez. This person, Enrique, says Speedy Gonzalez has always been a popular character amongst Latinos, Mexicans in particular. Seeing people talk about how offensive he is laughably untrue. They flat out embrace the fastest mouse in all of Mexico. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys might not know who Speedy Gonzalez is. Speedy Gonzalez is a mouse, and he's really fast. And before he would run out and do something, he'd be like, Arribe, arribe, andale, andale, andale. And he'd say a bunch of Spanish things, and then he would run and go really fast. And that's him. The only other mouse I know is Tom from Tom and Jerry, and there's like Mighty Mouse. That's way too old for you guys. I saw this picture and I just wanted to show you guys. So the entire Speedy Gonzalez thing be like, hola, my Latinx friends, and it says shut the F up. So I guess the narrative that's being spun on Twitter is that I guess there are people, white people, they're saying gringos or whatever, is that they are basically trying to spin a narrative that Hispanics, Mexicans are offended by Speedy Gonzalez and needs to be canceled, or cartoons need to be removed, whereas the people with a culture that, you know, was made from it, they like them, they love them, and they support them, and it's actually not an issue. So it's one of those things where, and I see this all the time, where it's just, and this is nothing towards like white people, but I always see like I want to say a Karen, or just somebody who's just trying to speak up on behalf of like other races, when it's not actually being brought to anyone's attention. Like, it's like they're kind of just creating it. I've seen issues where people will try to talk on black people's behalf about how something is offensive, and then me as a black person, I'd be like, actually, no, I'm not offended by it at all. I don't feel repressed, or no, I'm actually chilling, dog. I think a lot of this has to do with maybe an overprotection. There's a group of people out there who are trying to super overprotect everybody without actually being one of the people who are persecuted, and they'll get a population of like 2 people that represents an entire culture and says like, yeah, since you 2 people are offended, we're going to have to, you know, remove some words, we're going to have to change some vocabulary. The whole blind playthrough with Twitch, I heard there was this whole concept about woman or womanx, or I don't remember what with Twitch, but I don't know, fellas, like I was thinking about this the other day. Okay, have you guys ever seen Rush Hour, the original Rush Hour movie with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker? Super funny movie. It's a classic. It's actually one of my top 5 movies of all time. And I was thinking how like the people keep going back into the past, into these generations, and trying to cancel people based on different time zones and different times in general. It doesn't make any sense, because Jackie Chan actually says the N-word in the movie. There's a part in the movie where he's like, "What's up, my N-word?" He says it twice. As a joke. And I feel like a lot of what was Rush Hour was racially charged between both black people and Asian people, both minorities, but I thought it was brilliantly made and extremely funny. And I think to myself, like, would a movie like Rush Hour actually like pass in 2021? Like, if you were to take the same movie and re-release it in 2021, would it be as funny, or but yeah, I feel like this thing just keeps popping up, and I don't know how to feel about it. I just feel like people are kind of just looking for trouble or looking for problems, you know, and it's not actually a solution. Like, coming at Speedy Gonzalez, coming at Dr. Seuss, coming at these people aren't going to fix the problems that are at hand. But I think people want to cancel people. People want to cancel people. They want to destroy something and tear someone down and blame someone for something that exists just because they can, just because it gets attention. I think there's a very toxic part of cancel culture that exists only to destroy people, not to fix actual real life problems. And that's kind of why I have an issue with some of the people. That's why cancellation is starting to look like less of cancellation and more of almost like harassment at this point, and why being canceled is kind of being watered down. Yeah, I think that's basically what's happening, and that's the Speedy Gonzalez and Pepe Le Pew drama in a nutshell. And last but not least, Steven, hey, that's my name, said talk about how Gen Z is trying to cancel Eminem, followed by Eminem's reply. Apparently he released a song called Deftone. In response, you could explain a few more bars to explain the main point. So yeah. In case you guys didn't know, Gen Z, which is the Generation Z, these are the people that they call Zoomers, who were basically born into the world of the internet. The younger guys in the most recent generation was trying to cancel Eminem, who is, what is he? Is he technically a millennial or a boomer? I don't know. He's not a boomer. He's either a millennial or Gen Y or something. I don't know. I don't really care, but they're trying to cancel Eminem. Probably because they only have just now heard about Eminem. And if you don't know about Eminem, most of you guys know about Eminem, but he has released songs where one line could get you canceled, let alone an entire track about killing his wife. Eminem is like the embodiment of cancellation. Like, if he was to exist in this time frame, like so there's an article by Newsweek that said cancel Eminem campaign persists on TikTok after rapper pushes back. So we'll just read a little bit of it. Basically, on Friday, rapper Eminem appeared to respond to a TikTok campaign seeking to cancel him by releasing a lyric video for his 2020 song Tone Deaf. Efforts to cancel the rapper, whose real name is Marshall Mathers, appears to date back to February TikTok, in which someone who appears to have been banned from the app played a snippet of Eminem's 2010 song Love the Way You Lie, featuring Rihanna from his album Recovery. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I thought they were trying to cancel, I would have thought they were trying to cancel Eminem for like his earlier stuff from the Marshall Mathers LP, from like his original CDs and soundtracks, because Love the Way You Lie featuring Rihanna, that was a hit radio show. Recovery out, that was him when he was getting better. This is This is not even like the darkest of Eminem. Anyway, reading the song includes the lyric, if she ever tries to effing leave again, yes, I'ma tie her to the bed and set this house on fire. I do recall that line, and that is baby fodder. That's like no, that is not his worst line, dog. That's like actually one of his most tamest lines. What in the world? Video plays the audio and features someone looking to the camera with a text saying, yes, let's cancel him displayed. So yeah, apparently Eminem released the Tone Deaf video on Friday, which was only 2 days ago. Although the song was first released as part of his extended 2020 album, Music to Be Murdered By Side B. Besides featuring the lyrics on screen, the clip shows a cartoon version of the rapper acting out the things that he says in the lyrics, such as get into car crashes and playing video games. In a tweet sharing the video, Eminem appeared to reference the controversy by sharing the lyrics to the song, I won't stop, even when my hair turns gray. I'm tone deaf, cause they won't stop until they cancel me. He raps on the chorus. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening. Gen Z is trying to cancel Eminem for some of his tame lyrics. Meanwhile, people who actually know Eminem are just laughing. They're basically saying, no, you're not canceling this, man. What are you, a stupid child? You weren't even born when Eminem was making songs like My Name Is and talking about no, you have no say in this. So why are you going back trying to cancel this man for things that he said a long time ago? You can't. People have tried. People who are bigger than Eminem have tried. FCC has tried to shut him down and they couldn't. So I don't know what a bunch of Zoomers can do. I don't think they can do anything, but yeah, there's apparently this clip that people told me to play, so I'll go ahead and play it.
He's trying to cancel Eminem. Honey, that's cute. Listen, little kitties, let me make this quite clear. This man was around even before you were here. So what, you're all mad because the man was a lyricist while all your rappers are mumbling gibberish? No, go ahead and shut your mouth. Better yet, go and sit your ass in time out, because boy was running laps even before you could walk. Hell, boy was spitting bars even before you could talk. So no, afraid you're null and void, dear. I'm afraid your opinion don't matter here, because one day you'll grow up and see how everyone went and forgot about Z.
Forgot about Z? Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, people are trying to cancel Eminem, but they can't cancel Eminem. No one can cancel Eminem. I think Eminem has also evolved too. If you listen to his music over the time, like the time period, he was put from incredibly offensive to much more tame, actually. And I think he's a lot more progressive with his lyrics and his words and his message and his music. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of Eminem, and I still think he's one of the best rappers that's ever done it. Legendary status, and I think he still is someone that you don't mess with or you don't, fight with. There's rappers specifically that don't go to war with Eminem because he will destroy you. He'll end you, bro. Like, he's just that good. Trying to cancel this man who I think is in his late 40s over music that he made when he was like 18. Like, there's got to be a stopping point. I don't know why this new trend of people trying to cancel people is going this far. We were trying to cancel people like Weinstein, like these rich people who've been getting away with doing very, very terrible things to actual tangible living women. Bill Cosby, all of these situations where they were basically in power and they were taking advantage of their power, and that's what we're trying to cancel people for. People who are in power and need to be taken down, but they can't because of the power that they have. That's what the whole point of the Me Too movement is. But now it's getting a little silly. Being canceled is getting commercialized for attention and views, and it's being made a joke. And I hope it doesn't lose an effect for the actual real reason why it needs to exist outside of things like this. But yeah, sorry, this one is about the invention of the super straight sexuality. A lot of you guys have been telling me to talk about this. Apparently this was trending as well yesterday. I don't know any details about it, so I'm going in completely blind. I feel like I'm walking into a trap and this is going to be absolutely stupid, but let's just try to go forward. So yeah, so this tweet says, what is super straight? This is a new sexuality that means you are only attracted to cisgender women or men. This was made due to an influx of people saying that you aren't straight if you aren't attracted to trans women / men. Aren't straight. That's a double negative, right? We are part of the LGBT community now. Super straight. Oh God. All right. Okay, so you have a feeling that some of you guys might not actually know what cis actually means. So in case you guys want to know what cis or cisgender means, the prefix cis means on the same side as. So while people who are transgender move across genders, people who are cisgender remain on the same side of the gender they were initially identified at birth. So yeah, so apparently people are creating a new sexuality. There's a very large portion of the people on Twitter who believe anyone who's actually buying into this nonsense is actually people who are transphobic and don't like transgender people, and they're creating this to basically mock them, and it's another sign of just, you know, transphobia. To me, it's just one of those situations where there is a targeted group of people who have basically been suppressed, who have their own community, and then the people who haven't been suppressed kind of basically want to jump on board and be like, hey, I want to be a part of this community too. Why are you leaving me out? And they create some kind of, you know, weird, strange movement that allows them to be a part of the community. But in a way, it basically just mocks the people who are already in there. As you guys didn't know, being straight or super straight or whatever, or cisgender, has never put you on the back end of violence or mistreatment or prejudice or discrimination. Therefore, you're not on the same community. And ladies and gentlemen, if you thought it was just a troll, think again. There is now a very huge subreddit of people with almost 10,000 people in less than just a few hours. I think the community's only been up for a couple days actually, and it's an actual legit thing that people are doing. I don't know if people want to call it a meme. I don't know if people want to actually call it an actual thing, but yeah, it's here on Reddit. Yeah, if you look at Super Straight, the thing that it says on the right is that it's a community for oppressed men and women that consider their sexuality, gender, religion to be super straight. And super straight means a sexuality meant to describe a male or a female that is only attracted to the opposite biological sex and gender. So I mean, why are they creating a new sexuality when this already exists? Like, what is the difference between, you know, straight and super straight? You know, like, is there a difference? What's the difference? There's also the concept of super gay and super lesbian, a sexuality meant to describe male or female that is only attracted to the same biological sex or gender. So it's just, is there a difference between lesbian and super lesbian, or gay and super gay? I'm kind of confused. But yeah, guys, that's the super straight thing that's going on. To me, it seems kind of odd and awkward and weird. I'm not sure why people who are cisgender are basically trying to create their own community and then trying to push themselves into the LGBTQ. It seems kind of off and weird to me. I don't know if there's something I'm not understanding, but to me, it seems like it's a troll and a joke. I'm not trying to say that, you know, people who are straight aren't sometimes being harassed by, I guess, other kinds of communities, but I don't think we're suppressed in the least bit. I don't think, like me, I'm straight. I don't think I'm super straight. I don't know what that means, but I don't think I've ever been like suppressed or attacked for being who I am. Some people might make jokes about it, but they're not coming from a place of power. But yeah, that's the super straight news in a nutshell. Anyway, guys, that's today's video. If you made it to the end, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys relaxed or chilling. You have a nice day. Today's Sunday, so have a great rest of your Sunday, and hopefully next week will be just as great as well. You guys take it easy, stay hydrated, brush your teeth, and floss. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.